Alright guys, we have these two figures out of the packaging and they look gorgeous. I'm just looking at Leonardo and then Rocksteady. It appears that Rocksteady is a little shorter than Leonardo, and that's because the way that they molded the legs, which I have no problem with. He's got more of like a straddle versus, you know, standing up straight and tall like he's prepared for battle or war, like he's trying to hold his ground. That's pretty cool. And not only that, both figures came with their own figure stands. And that's something that you don't get with NECA or some of the other figures. But it's great it comes with that. So now you're able to stand your figures up and not worry about them falling on your shelves or details. Alright, so I zoomed in a little closer to Rocksteady. Before we get to Rocksteady, let's look at his accessories a little closer. Rocksteady comes with his military hard hat that comes with the binoculars. Everything is sculpted. There's nothing that keeps it on besides just sitting on the ears. It looks really good, and it has very good details for the goggles. I mean, I would have liked to see the goggles painted, at least the lenses painted a different color, but it's not real bugging, and it doesn't bug me too much. So then we have his sword, or you could say his machete. Very good. It's definitely plastic. It feels very sturdy and doesn't feel like it's going to break. And then here you have his rifle. This is a fun looking rifle that looks very good. Like he could use it laying on the ground. He's got the grip on it. So when he goes after them turtles, definitely he's got some accuracy when he's shooting. He's not going to lose that with that grip he has on it. So now I got really close to the face. Just want to show you the details they put in that was molded in this figure. Just looking down to his forearms with the bandana wrapped around his triceps, down to the turtle shells on his thighs, the bands on his forearms, and here we go to the boots with the laces on them, and then the prints on the boots. And he also comes with, you know, the turtle sewer stand. Alright guys, I went ahead and bought in the NECA Rocksteady compared to the Playmates version. With this being said, the Playmates version comes with the helmet that Rocksteady normally wears when he's going to be battling the turtles. Not only that, the Rocksteady for the Playmates has actual turtle shells on its thighs versus the NECA version having a compressed, I guess, turtle shell as a utility holster of some sort. Besides the obvious black outlining on the NECA figures, the Playmates figure is a cross between a real-life rhino and the 1990s action figure, which is awesome and a cool sculpt. I feel like if the Playmates version was outlined, this version would be the superior one. But the NECA one is slightly a little taller, and they're great in their own unique ways. Alright, let's check out the articulation for this figure. His arm can go up that high. He's got he's got a little more than a 90-degree bend, and he's also double jointed, so you can get nice poses with his arms. His head is on a swivel. It cannot look up and down because it's not on a ball joint. He has a diaphragm joint, so he can twist. He can also look down about that much, high that much. His legs go up this high. His legs go back that high because of his butt right here. His knees are double jointed, go up that high. And he has a boot swivel, as you can see right there, if you want to make him pigeon-toed. But he does not have any ankle pivot. That's the only thing wrong with this figure. Like I said, if I had ankle pivot, I could straighten his legs and he would be the same height as Leonardo, but I can't because that's the way they molded the figure. And their hands, you know, they're on a swivel and they can go out right here and they can go in. So it's up to you what you want to do and how you want to pose them. But yeah, Leonardo looks awesome and looks like he's ready to take on Rocksteady in a battle. Just looking at his face looks spot on. It's a mix between the cartoon and also the toy back in the 90s, which is perfect. I like that it has posability and all over the figure, and then he's got his belt, and then he came with his stand. These are his katanas right here. They look good. They're painted. They're painted at the tip, which is awesome. So that's cool. When compared to NECA's products, this is NECA's katana. Came out the packaging like this, and I tried getting it to work, and it won't stay up there. So I definitely like the quality better on the Playmates katanas versus the NECA. Alright guys, I'm just zoomed in real close so I can show you the details on the figure. Alright guys, I'm just showing you real fast that the NECA turtle is definitely shorter than the Playmates turtle. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that, just in case you were curious and wondering. Alright, here we have the only NECA product that I have out of packaging. And he's right beside the movie Leonardo from the 1990s movie. With that being said, they're actually the same size. Leonardo definitely, from the movie, looks a little bit lean. But that's just the movie design. But the Playmates on that hand looks more beefier and chunky, which reminds me of a turtle shell, because when you see turtle shells, their shells are huge in real life, so I have no problem with him being a little chunky. And I definitely like that, you know, his body proportions are just as good as his chunky shell. So as you can see, I do have one NECA katana that's not broke. Like I said, I won't take it out of his hand, because it's just so fragile, and I guess it's made out of real wood or whatever. So with that being said, I definitely dig the Playmates ones because they're definitely more flexible, and it'll take a lot more work to actually break them. All right, let's check out the articulation on Leonardo. He has double jointed elbows, articulated fingers. He has a ball jointed head. Look up. He can look down. He can look left. He can look right. He has a diaphragm right here, and it allows him to swivel a little bit to the left and right with his torso. He has a thigh swivel right here, double jointed knees, also feet and toe articulation. Wow, Playmates, you outdone yourself with this figure. This is an awesome figure. So much articulation you put into this figure. Keep it up and bring on the other 2-packs. Do y'all hear that? It's time for the Yeah Bro figure rating. Alright guys, the first category of the Yeah Bro rating is the paint details. And just looking at Leonardo, Leonardo is perfect. That's all I can say about him. There's nothing wrong with Leonardo, but just make sure when you buy your figure that the eyes are looking forward, because the eyes can be wonky. Now turning my attention to Rocksteady. Yes, he has a lot of paint details. He has the belt buckle, he's got the turtle shells, he's got the grenades, the little smoke bombs on his belt. He's got the hat, he's got the bandanas, he's got a ton of paint details. The only complaint I might have is that his face seems a little washed away because there's no outlining on his face. Clearly, there's tons of details on his face that could be pulled out. I understand that Playmates didn't do it, but other than that, this figure is still good. So as a total of both of them together, I would have to give the paint details a 9. The next category for the Yeah Bro rating is molding or the sculpt. With that being said, both sculpts are tremendously awesome. The turtle is awesome itself, and Rocksteady is awesome too. This is basically a reissue of the previously released Toys R Us exclusive articulated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. And each figure is supposed to have over 24 points of articulation. And that is awesome. With that being said, these figures do not have mold degradation. Everything on these figures is tight. The shoulder is tight. The fingers are tight. The double hinged elbows are tight. The knees are tight. Leonardo's toes are tight. So with that all being said, they get a 10 together combined for the molding and the sculpt. Alright guys, the last category in the Yeah Bro rating is execution and playability. Now first of all, I just want to say that these figures have the playability and the articulation of Marvel Legends. You can't get any better with the Marvel Legend articulation. We have the double jointed elbows. We have the articulated fingers with Leonardo. We have the articulated toes with Leonardo. And then not only that, we got the diaphragm joints for both figures. And then on Rocksteady, he is limited from his waist on down with just a knee and a boot swivel. But I don't have a problem with that because that Rocksteady reminds me of the 1980s toys that we got back in the day. So with that being said, the playability for me is a 9. And the reason why it's a 9 is because I feel like Playmates could have gave Rocksteady ankle pivot so that his legs could be straightened and make him appear taller or at least equal to Leonardo. The final total for the Yeah Bro rating is a 9.3. This figure is awesome and incredible and a great figure to add to your collection. You can find this at a local Walmart or a Walmart that carries it. With that being said, not all Playmates products are being sold at each Walmart. So you have to figure out which one will have them, and there you do your hunt. Just be careful for scalpers because these are limited and they're not being mass produced. With that being said, each figure in the past, when they were at Toys R Us, probably back in 2007 when they were still in business, costs $24.99 plus tax. At Walmart, we get both figures for $34.99. And that makes it about $17.50 for each figure, which is incredible. So you're saving almost $8 a figure. So if you think these turtles are for your collection and you prefer to get these over the NECA, please check your local Walmart. And with that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. We have more reviews to come, and we're just scratching the surface.